everyone, my name is Michaela and welcome back. I have Chris here with me today, and today we're going to talk about what it's like to be physics majors here at Guelph, advice to our first year selves, and all that fun stuff. So come along with us. Chris, do you want to tell us a bit about yourself?
Yeah, so I just graduated in the biological and medical physics program here at Guelph, finished in 4 years, and it was a really great experience. I'm glad I came to Guelph, and it was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. So what does the biomedical physics program look like? Obviously I know the answer to this because I'm also in this program, but for people who may not know, what courses do you take?
Yeah, so it's a really unique take on your standard physics program. You'll still be taking a lot of the regular core physics programs like electricity and magnetism, mechanics, like thermodynamics and stuff like that.
Oh, for sure.
But it also gives you the really unique opportunity to delve into like the living side of things. So you'll take a couple of biology courses, a few chemistry courses, and even some unique biophysics courses that the department offers.
Those were my favorite. And that's my next question for you too. Have you had a favorite undergraduate physics class?
Yeah, I think my favorite course was, surprisingly enough, not a biophysics course. It was one of the straight physics courses, and it was subatomic physics. I guess it kind of relates to the biological and medical physics because it focuses on subatomic particles and radiation and just kind of how different atoms decay and emit different kinds of radiation and like what they kind of do as they interact with other systems.
Is this a course typically students take in their fourth year?
Yeah, it's pretty up there. It kind of requires like a little bit of knowledge in like all of your other core physics courses, and it kind of is one of those culminating courses where you learn just
but
like
I
that
always
little
love
extra
courses
bit.
like that. Yeah, I always love courses when you're not just building something up from the foundation, but you're taking little bits from other courses. It almost feels like interdisciplinary work, which is what I really love about our program too, which I know that we've talked about this before.
Yeah, it's really neat to be able to kind of like build everything together, and that was one of the big things I enjoyed about this program.
So take me back to high school, Chris. You're looking at universities to apply to or schools to apply to. What led you here? What was that story like?
It's kind of funny that you asked me that because I really didn't have a plan on what I wanted to do or where I really wanted to go in grade 12.
Yeah.
So I was applying to, I always knew I wanted to do something with science because I've been always like pretty good at it. But I applied to a very wide range of things.
Yeah,
I applied to like some life sciences programs at like Toronto. I applied to this program here at Guelph. And ultimately, it kind of was just like a game of chance that I ended up here at Guelph, but I'm very glad I did. And it just goes to show you that you don't really need to know what you want to do when you're applying to university, and it can still turn out really good for you.
I think people get stuck in this mindset of everyone knows, or sort of like this fallacy of everyone knows what they want to do, everyone knows what program they want to go to, what school they want to go to, where they want to live, what career they want, when in reality people don't really know that, and everyone's just worried that everyone else is thinking that. So at least that's what I've experienced. Have you kind of seen that too?
For sure, for sure.
So you're glad you picked Guelph in the end. What do you like about Guelph or physics at Guelph?
Well, the physics department, although it is rather small, it's very strong. A lot of the professors here are super smart, super helpful. It helps. The size of the program helps because everybody knows your name. You're not just another number to them. So they actually do want to help you and make sure you're succeeding and getting better at what you're doing.
We have a lot of teaching-oriented faculty as well, which I also appreciate, and this goes with that too. They really do care about you as a person, not just a number. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
So Chris, you have graduated, and typically I call this the dreaded question because people often don't like getting asked what are you doing after your degree, but I know that you have a plan.
Yeah, so I'm starting my master's in the fall at the University of Toronto in medical biophysics, and my plan going forward is to take that through to a PhD and hopefully end up in a clinical position in a hospital as a clinical medical physicist. And what that would entail is along the lines of like working with other doctors in the hospital and different like cancer patients, developing like personalized like radiation treatment plans for individuals based on what ails them, and just making sure we get every detail right about down to like the energy of the x-rays we're using, the angle we go in at, how long we're irradiating for. It's all very important stuff and requires a big team to handle it, and I think that's where I want to go.
Did you always know you wanted to go into that? Or I know that in our fourth year, at least I'm taking these in the fall, like we have our radiation course, our physics and medicine course. Did that spark some interest too?
Definitely, yeah. I think it was kind kind of in the fall of like my 4th year, so that just passed, where I really kind of decided on this direction.
Yeah.
And when I like really focused in on the radiation and like medical physics portion.
Would you give yourself any piece of advice, like looking back at first year Chris?
Yeah. I think everyone kind of has the same advice for incoming first years, and it's go to office hours, meet your professors, and just like mingle with them. It doesn't even have to be about schoolwork. Just like talk to them about life and just stuff like that, and like get to know them. And then you'll find that classes become a little more bearable because you know you're connected with this professor on like a personal level, and you're like you want to listen to them talk.
Can you tell me about the transition from like high school physics to first year physics?
Definitely.
Like, what did that kind of look like?
I was not ready for it, for
Okay.
sure. It's for anyone that's going to be starting physics come the fall or next fall or whenever, you're going to feel like you don't know anything, and that might be the case, but everyone feels that way. Everyone experiences that. It's a very common thing to feel overwhelmed in physics. It's very easy to get bogged down in the math, but once in a while you have to like take a step back and look at the bigger picture of why you're doing this math and you know what really drove you to come to physics in the first place and why you're here doing that math.